Hi loves, and welcome to this message. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium, oracle, and prophetess. Welcome to Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot. This is a Pillar of Light channel. All light workers are welcome, obviously, and this channel is also a healing and activation portal. So when you come here, or when my readings are, guided to you, it means that you're ready for some activation and healing through the reading, through the message, and through the channel energy. So welcome in, my loves. Okay, so you've seen the title. It's coming through so strongly right now, you guys, but it's a very clear message of people have always hated you for no reason. Like they literally, like you just exist and they hate you. People hate you because, or they've hated you because you literally, your energy, your essence, they hate you because you trigger the deepest, darkest parts of them without even trying. Like I said, just existing. You embody, ever since you came to Earth, since you were born, because this stuff has been happening since a very young age for a lot of you. For most of you, you started to experience this behavior. Like you could have been like a toddler triggering adults. Okay, but anyways, you've had a lot of haters. You've had a lot of people who just hated you. And you've thought to yourself many times, like, why? Why do people just not like me, right? That was also a form of an initiation for you too, because it was like you had to learn, and you had to learn that it wasn't about you. You had to learn through initiations and through experiences that it was always about them. So you're someone who has like X-ray vision when it comes to other people. Okay, especially the people who think they're super clever, like the major tricksters. You're able to see through people that have other people fooled on high levels. Okay, like you can see through other light workers who they have really good verbiage and they say all the right things to manipulate and fool, but you can see past all that. You can see the trickster within them. Okay, even like high level, like quote gurus and stuff, right? Like Sadhguru or Sadhgaharu or whatever his name is, or there's plenty of them out there. Okay, like you've always, like Teal Swan, and okay, like you've been able to see through people like that. You can see through them like with X-ray vision, like nothing at all. And that's why you came to Earth, or a big part of why you came to Earth, because this Earth is full of fakes and illusions and tricksters and manipulators. And okay, so part of like why you're, that's like, it's always like a curse, but it's actually like your strongest gift is what I'm getting. Like you're able to see way beyond the illusion. Okay, like you can see in deep into the illusion. But yeah, so if you're here, it's because you are a star soul who has always been hated on for no reason at all. People just don't like you. Okay? And it's because ever since you were born, you embody this high frequency. You embody love. Even before your awakening, okay? Like you vibrated much higher frequency-wise. Like even when you were still very asleep, very plugged into the matrix, like you still vibrated higher than other people that were also asleep and plugged into the matrix because of who you are as a soul, okay? Like either an earth angel or a star seed, a galactic in a human suit, like, right? Like you always vibrated much higher. And that's also a part of the reason why you could see through so much illusion that like a lot of people couldn't see through. And it's only gotten stronger for you throughout time. Okay, so It was never anything about you. It was always about them, because you are, everyone's a mirror, like reflection, right? Like, so sometimes people, like, sometimes we meet people that we, you know, are meant to trigger us, and vice versa, and like whatever, okay, like karmic soulmates and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about people that literally just, you know, project on you and don't like you, and, you know, you're like, you don't even know me, or you just met me, or, you know, it's like that. You've also had a lot of betrayals. Like, you've had a lot of tricksters in that way too. You've had a lot of betrayals. And this is something that actually has been like haunting your, you know, ancestry, your family lines for a really long time. Okay. For some of you guys, it's like dark magic or something, where it was like placed on like your bloodlines or something, like where, you know, it was meant to mess with your, with self-love. It was meant to literally make your ancestors and you feel like something's wrong with you. Like, you know, so there's actually deep core wounding that runs through your DNA, and, you know, because of this, okay? But it's also because of like, you're the curse breaker. You're the, you know, you're the volunteer soul who was like, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to like heal all this stuff. I'm going to do all this work. And you knew that this was going to be a particularly difficult journey for you, because you knew that a great deal of your journey was going to be like loneliness, because you knew that so you're actually transmuting a lot of collective energy for for everyone by going through everything you've been through. Like, you're transmuting collective HATE and, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. I'm using this, it's by Fire Witch Tarot. What's the Tea? It's like one of her What's the Tea decks, okay? But it has like stuff about, she gets real nitty, she gets real down and dirty in these decks. Okay, so I was called to use this one for a reason though. So, all right, what do we have here for the message? Boss daddy, stable, rich, business owner, CEO, big D energy. Big D energy. Okay, so this is like your inner masculine. This is the Emperor energy, okay? So for some of you guys, there's maybe people that don't like you because of a masculine. Maybe you are connected to a divine counterpart masculine who has basically just hater-ass women. Insecure, like, you know, women, little girls in women's bodies who are connected to him. Okay, so for some of you guys, there's people projecting evil eye and hate towards you because of your connection to a divine masculine, which is insanity, right? Of course, right? So anyways, but it's out there and it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere, right? But this speaks of your own inner masculine. Like, you came here, and this is like a part of your new chapter also, by the way, because the other part of this message is like, yeah, you spent like your whole life being hated on and being alone and being betrayed. But it was to prepare you into this very moment in time of your journey that you're in right now, like this next phase of your life, the next half of your life, the next chapter of life. Whether you're 35 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, you know, 28 years old, doesn't matter. There is great stability, okay? This is also about you stepping into your big boss energy, okay? And people don't like it because you carry this vibration. You've always carried this. Like, this is someone who's a leader. Someone who is a natural born leader, someone who's very charismatic, good personality, someone who would be like a phenomenal public speaker. Like, you capture the attention of the audience, or you capture the attention of the room that you're standing in. When you speak, when you arrive, when you enter a space, people see you, they notice you, they feel you. And that makes people, that triggers people, because so many people carry self-hate and loathing and victim mentality, and like, you know, which is really sad. And of course, as the light workers that we are, we always pray for them. Like, they're not our enemy. They make themselves an enemy. but they are never our enemy. Because we can see past all that. Again, who this is for, you have a high vision. Like, you've always been able to see through all of that stuff. Pattern recognition, you know, like predicting people's behaviors and being able to pick up on pattern recognition or behavior recognition. Like, you can read the room like nobody's business, and you've always been that way. You're just even better at it now. You're stronger at it now than you've ever been before, but you've always been like this. You've always carried the big daddy, big boss energy. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. If you're a woman, then you're very self-sufficient, independent. Like, you know, you probably had some core wounding around your inner masculine where you accepted dirty offers from people who thought, like, they thought they were big daddy, but they were just little boy. Okay? You've been able to see through the facade of this, because this is like a lot of what we see out there in the 3D patriarchal world, right? We see men in suits. We see it's the powerhouses, the CEOs, the big bosses, you know what I mean? Running the companies, running the show. And now it's the time of the divine feminine. Now it's the time where these suckers are exposed. They're seen for exactly who they are. And so for a lot of you guys, you're the ones exposing some of these people. Whether it's someone in your own office building, someone, I'm hearing accounting, so maybe you know something about, you know, like people have been embezzling money. Like, basically, like, you're like, I see through you, and when the right time comes, I'm going to expose you. Okay? You know how to read the room, and so you're also observant versus reactive. And that's also another confirmation of how you know this reading is for you. Because you've always, like, yeah, you've been tricked with some dirty offers in the past by people who carry a persona of success, strength, I've got it all figured out, but really, like I said, they were broken little boys or girls inside, okay? You're the one who actually carries the frequency of being a business owner, an entrepreneur. Like, you carry that big boss energy. You are the one who's meant for great stability and wealth, riches, all the things. And that's where you're at now, because you started healing that inner masculine. Where you felt powerless, you started feeling powerful again. Where other people took your power, you took it back, baby. Okay? But yeah, you have been manipulated. You have been tricked by the dirty offer in the past. Okay? And you're exposing the ones, whether they're in a suit or not, it doesn't matter, but you're exposing the ones who have dirty offer energy. Oh, let's work together. Let's collaborate. It's a dirty offer, right? Or, hey, like, you know, can I get your number? Like, I'd love to take you out. Like, acts all charming, but really, it's a dirty ass offer. You can see through people. And I'm telling you, these are always the ones, these people I'm talking about, the haters, the tricksters, they're always the ones who think they are so slick, so clever. Like, you know, like, you guys, I run across these people. I run across these people too, and these people know who I am. They know what I do for a living, but because their ego says they might be psychic or she might be psychic, but she's not that psychic. She's not going to see everything. There's no way. Or their ego goes, I don't believe that. I don't believe in that stuff. You can't see shit. When it doesn't matter if someone believes in something or not, that doesn't mean it's not true, right? And then the other ones I'm talking about, they seem to think they are so clever. But they're always the ones that are the easiest for me to see. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you think you're really clever. You think you're really smart. You think you're really sneaky. And I see through that, and I see beyond that, right? So, and there's something here about, like, when the time is right, the dirty sneakiness of these individuals is being, I think it's right now, honestly, because that's the vibration on earth. All that is manipulative, hateful, trickster, liar, thief, deceiver, they're the ones being dealt with and exposed. So for a lot of you guys, like, you're getting your divine justice right now, okay? Which is the other side of, right? It's like, this is what you've dealt with your whole life. But hey, guess what? Because of who you are and because of what you've experienced and because of what has been placed upon you, just because you came here to heal and to help, and so you took on extra stuff like this. Like, you knew that your life was going to be very difficult and that you were going to have a lot of haters constantly, and jealousy and competition and just darkness and evil and nastiness placed upon you and projected at you, because you knew that you could handle it. Whereas most souls, they can't handle that. Like, if you're public, or you know, like, whatever you do for work, like, especially if you're doing your spiritual work, like what I do, for instance, being so public, like, literally being public is spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? Like, because it triggers all of this stuff that I'm talking about in this reading too, like within the people that have like hated on you, because it triggers their shame. You know, it triggers their insecurity. Like, you know, it's like people project at you and they attack you, but really what they're saying is, I wish I was brave enough and loved myself enough and was confident enough to do what you're doing. I actually greatly admire you and really, really love your energy and love your work. But because I'm so unhappy with my own self and I'm going to instead just not like you and hate you and project that at you. That's really what's happening, right? Bottom of the deck is nightmares. And this is like the second time this card has shown up in this reading, or that I've seen it in, you know, so I'm like, okay, it'll come back. There it is, nightmares, okay? Like, this is like people coming through in the astral during the dream. Like, they come in trying to attack you or certain entities or beings, especially energies that are working for the dark side or the false matrix, okay? They try to come through in the astral through the fourth dimension and stuff, and like, that's where they try to get you. So people have literally maybe been trying to, because again, of, I just don't like that person. I hate that person. I honestly just envy that person is what's really happening deep down. Like, there's something about you that triggers them because they lack it within themselves. Okay? You love yourself, you're showing self-love and confidence and beauty or handsomeness, you take care of yourself, you're successful. That's gonna trigger ding, 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 every low point within that other person. You're a mirror of love and light, and of course it's gonna reflect back the hatred, the energy of and reflection of hate, right? And shadow and dark. Insomnia. There could be people like trying to hex or do stuff, like literally creating, like, so you can't sleep. Insomnia, paranoia, spiritual paranoia, anxiety, being unable to sleep and seeing things, like literally like seeing things, or having under eye bags, or feeling like maybe your beauty or, you know, your good looks are being depleted or siphoned in some way. Like maybe it's your skin going bad and dull, or, you know, your hair is getting dull and thin, or you're gaining weight, or you're rapidly losing too much weight, or, but it just doesn't feel normal. That could be some kind of dark magic or glamour magic or siphoning. You know what I mean? These people have been sent into your life periodically to literally create like a nightmare in your life. And every single time you rise up as the boss daddy or the boss mama, the boss lady, the boss man. Every single time. Every single time. And guess what? The other part of this message is everything that you've endured for the highest and greatest good of humanity, of Earth, and for your ancestors and yourself, everything that you've dealt with and put up with in these ways. Because let me tell you, everyone at some point in time has dealt with a jealous person, you know, competition, you know, haters. Like, everyone deals with that, okay? Like, that's normal. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about constant, every job you have, when you were in school, even when you were like in kindergarten, or, you know, whatever. Like, maybe you, when you were a little kid, maybe your cousins were jealous of you, or you triggered something. There could be anything. But it's been constant. It's been a constant in your life. Okay? And you just get up every single time and you dust it off. These dark energies, their scarcity tactics don't work. Okay? They don't work. Okay? For some of you guys, always partying, substances, numbing. These would be people that suffer with addictions and da-da-da-da, but I'm also getting that you broke some kind of addictive curse that ran through your, you know, your family lines. You may have had sleep paralysis or really scary nightmare experiences when you blacked out or drank too much or were on other things, okay? Because you're such a powerful light in this world that they wait. These demonic forces, they literally wait for you to get inebriated or to, you know, have your auric field, like to have, basically have your field be open so they can come through. So I would say for most of you guys watching at some point in time, you literally have experienced that. Okay? That's why a lot of you guys, you know, are sober now, or, you know, also to be healthier and to have your body more pure and stuff. But like, you literally realize, oh my gosh, like, it's 10 times worse when I drink. It's 10 times worse when I have a glass of wine at night. It's 10 times worse, da-da-da-da. I'm also getting that a lot of these like energies, these people, they're like really dark, like they're alcoholic. And I'm not saying alcoholics are dark, but yeah, because like someone who is an alcoholic, they have darkness around them all the time because of that. And they're totally infested with like entities and other things. Okay? All of this, again, is because you are this like idol. Like, people idolize you. They adore you. They love you. They listen. They look up to you. Like, if you are a business owner or a boss or a manager, your staff or the people who work for you, they absolutely love working for you and under you and with you. Because you treat everyone as an equal. Like, you don't come off as a power, like someone who's like on a power trip. You don't carry that energy within you. And that's another reason. So like, if you're like, let's say you are like a manager, and let's say there's other people that are managers with you or something, okay? You're the manager that everyone loves, right? They love you. And what it does is it triggers the other people, the other managers. It would trigger, this is an example, but for some of you guys, this is literal. Okay, like you work at a place or a company where you're in a like management position of some type, and people love working for you. Whereas maybe the other people, like, you know what I mean? So anyways, but it just confirms that your entire life, you have held this like idol energy, and it's not idolatry in, you know, it's not like that. It's people just adore you and love you and flock to you and gravitate and magnetize to you because of the light you carry. You're loved and respected, admired, idolized, and this could also speak of like fans. And, you know, I mean, you could be like a content creator and have a really large following, or just a content creator and like, you know that the people that follow you, they really, really love you. Okay? Because you're genuine. It's like what I do. Like, I see all the time other readers and YouTube channels and stuff, or Instagram pages, where in the comment section, there's like a ton of hate and negativity. Okay? Because whoever the content creator is, they carry a lot of hate and negativity within themselves. I don't carry that stuff within like that. You know, I never have. I've never been a hothead. I've never been like the person who's super reactive. I've always been observant. I've always clocked and checked and read the room before reacting, even prior to my spiritual awakening. But I also, even though I am this very strong psychic and seer, I also have been duped with dirty authors. By dirty people, you know what I mean? Who, I want to say like who act dirty, but they play a really good role of being in the light and being sovereign, and or an ex-boyfriend, you know, like all my exes, like my serious relationships that I had, like karmic exes, it was all dirty offers. It was absolute nightmares. But I didn't see it at the time because I wasn't supposed to be able to see it. I had to experience it in order to wake up, heal, and learn from it, right? Okay. Oh my God, look. So this could also be something about again, this could be like a divine masculine, like certain energies attached to a certain masculine who like absolutely can't stand you and hate on you because you're so loved by this masculine, you're so admired and respected by this masculine, and they're not. Okay guys, sorry, but my video got cut off. So you won't really, you know, recognize it too much on your end, but yeah, that's so funny. I was like, talk about the haters. Talk about the haters. Totally cut my video off and I had to start a new video. It like just stopped the video. So anyways, right as I was about to talk about this obsessive lover, I'm hearing an ex. This could be an ex of yours, but I strongly feel for a lot of divine feminines tuning in watching this. This is a crazy ex connected to your divine masculine counterpart. One of his karmic lessons, basically. One of them. Or maybe all of them, I don't know. Multiple. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. Yeah. See, you're man or woman though, you're vibrating in Empress. I'm telling you, you are the one that is loved and admired by this divine masculine energy, and they have some people that do not like the fact that they have heard, or you know, heard through the grapevine, or picked up on the energy, or maybe they had a dream. Some way, somehow, they know about you, feminine energy, and they are obsessed with you and watch you, or try to, or whatever. But it's literally because they are threatened by you, and you're just like living your best life. This is what I mean. You've always been the one. Yeah, look, facts. This is facts. It's all stuff that crazy people make up in their head and they project outwardly onto you. Have you dealt with narcissists? I'm sure you have. Have you dealt with sociopaths? I'm sure you have. You've dealt with people who literally make up stories in their head and run with it. They believe it. They believe the stories they make up in their head. Okay? That's like a big narcissistic trait too. Like, it's just crazy. People are wild. But anyways, facts. This is facts. Confirmation. Someone who just like doesn't even know what they're doing or talking about when they talk about you or gossip about you. People who do not have the facts straight, yet they project outwardly, etc. and so on, you know? People who make stuff up, who lie about you, who gossip, but it's not real. It's just another form of their inner wounding being projected outwardly. Okay, so yeah, you have people who talk about you, and I know this is not news to you, like, ugh, you know, like they watch you and they're just like, ugh, but they can't take their eyes off of you either, right? So, craziness. Or you've dealt with people who have tried to sabotage you by making things up that aren't real about you and saying things about you that aren't real to other people. I've had that happen many times in my life. Like where people will say things to someone, you know, someone who's very special to me, or maybe someone who likes me or whatever, and someone will say something to try to block or sabotage my happiness, you know, or whatever it is, right? Like, yeah, I'm not going to go into specifics, but it's happened a lot. And like, people are wild, you know what I mean? So anyways, so I'm going to start wrapping this up now because we've got the message out, okay? Like, this is all the stuff that you've put up with. It was never, ever, ever because something was wrong with you. And I know that you know that, but sometimes it's good to hear. Spirits, like, they need more confirmation right now, especially because for a lot of you guys watching, you've had these kinds of energies popping up or popping back up in your life. Okay? Maybe it's someone or people from the past coming in, and they come in and it's a test, it's a trigger, it's a form of like, you know, did you really learn this lesson? Okay? Or it's just new people, new situations around you that are creating the same energy. You know what I mean? Because if we need to learn the lesson fully and we haven't, the universe will make the same thing happen over and over and over again, just using different people and players and characters, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about you for a second, because I mean, this whole message is about you, but let's talk about, oh, there it is, right effing there. Excuse my French. There it is. Literally, I wanted to ask, well, what's the reward? What's the other reason of this message? Because the other part of this message was, yeah, you've dealt with all this and you took on extra hate. When you volunteered to come to Earth, you were like, I know it's going to be rough. And again, I want to be very specific. Everyone experiences this kind of stuff in their life. It's normal, just like everyone experiences love or, you know, a loved one passing away or whatever, disappointment. We all experience these things. But for who this is for, this has followed you since birth. Okay, like the darkness has been trying to attack, the demons have been trying to attack you and stop you your whole life. I just posted a thing on my Instagram earlier talking about like how I really need to like sit down and celebrate myself more, because if I look back at all the stuff I've survived, I mean literally survived. Like NDEs, you know, near-death experiences. Like I've had like 7 of them. The first one was when I was 3 years old. Okay, like if you're a very special soul here, meant to do a lot of powerful light work, they, quote, they know who you are and they've been watching you since birth. It is not conspiracy, it is facts. Facts. So anyways, greater the pain, greater the purpose. It's one of my favorite sayings of all times. Greater the pain, greater the purpose. Like bigger the pain, bigger the purpose. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. So in this moment, all this stuff that has been an injustice, a projection, darkness, and you continued rising back up, getting back up each time, and now you're here. You are this Queen of Pentacles. This is the timeline you're on now, right here. The very first card that came out spoke of being like, it spoke of stability, riches, success, being a business owner, being like a boss, like a leader. That's for men and women. There it is. You are this high-level spiritual leader who's been walking the path alone. You've come across so much poisonous snakes in the grass who wanted you to fall off that cliff. They wanted you gone. They wanted to hurt you. They wanted to see you crumble. They wanted to see you cry. And you always kept your eyes in the light, on the true north, on your soul. You are the spiritual leader walking this path, and that's why you are now receiving so much abundant energy. It's unreal. This is extreme riches, extreme stability. For a lot of you guys, part of your reward is not only financial stability and success, okay, and to feel very grounded and rooted and safe in your life every day. No more struggling, no more suffering. No more separation, no more lack, no more scarcity, just abundance, love, joy, ease, flow, harmony. Okay? Because you've been walking this dark path, going through many dark nights alone to get here. It is harvest time. It is divine timing. The fruits of your labor are ready. Okay? And the people who try to take your harvest in the past or sabotage or anything, delay, now they're the ones out in the cold. You've been out in the cold. You've been here. And now you're here. Okay? Yeah, look. Bottom of the deck is the universe showing up. It's the world card. These people watch you on the internet, the World Wide Web. They've been a part of your old cycles, though. You've just completed something huge and magnificent. Like you're the shining star. Spirit is all around you. You completed it. Like you're done. This is the universe literally coming into this message and being like, stamp of approval, boom, you're done. The universe says you're done. This right here, the 10, it speaks of completion and new treasure, gifts, abundance, all the things. Okay, she's holding the Ace of Pentacles, another new beginning energy, divine timing. You're done. You're done. You're done. I knew it. My higher self said, Erica, look behind the world card. There it is. You're done. Every sword that was put in your back, you've been stabbed in the back. Like you have known the pain. The deepest of sorrows, the deepest, most painful of betrayals. Everything by the hands of other people. These are not swords that you stuck in your own back. These are swords that other individuals hurt you with. Okay, and I'm being guided to look after this. Two of Pentacles. What am I feeling with the Two of Pentacles here? You're able to maintain balance in the middle of storms and chaos and the way like life throws storms at you. You maintain balance no matter what. You're always blessed by the rainbow and divine light and the rainbow energies, and like you can withstand things that other people can't withstand. And you also have some kind of love, an offer, a romantic partnership, secret admirer, some kind of love. Yeah. King of Cups, there he is. There's the divine masculine. Some kind of love offer. Okay? But it's also like spirit, like divine emotional maturity and spiritual maturity. Like you can hold your own. You can stay calm and cool and collected in the middle of the sea storm. You know what I mean? Okay, that's what people really admire and people really love about you. Knight of Cups. It's not just romance. It's like I literally am, you know, and it's also getting like messages, you know, like people letting you know. Like I feel like a lot of people are going to be saying things to you like that. Like, you know, I admire your leadership. I admire what you said about this. I really enjoyed what you posted about that. Like whatever it is, but you have a lot of secret admirers who watch you and they see you in this energy and how you can like maintain balance in all the craziness and how you keep rising up after so much pain. Okay? So anyways, you guys, this is what I've got. I want to end with, let's get a couple oracle cards here. So what else do we have for the collective and for the viewer before we go? Let me know how this resonates, because I know it's going to resonate with a lot of you guys. Because the souls that come to my channel, for the most part, not everybody, but like a lot of, like the majority of souls called to my channel or to these videos, like you guys are very ancient souls. You're powerful souls. You're very loving. Like the amount of light and love that you can hold is wild. Again, you could be standing here and being completely blown to smithereens by the storms of your own life, but you can still hold it down and maintain balance for other people, right? Love, yeah, some unconditional love, because you found love within yourself. That's another thing people can't stand about you. Okay, they hate the fact that you love yourself because they don't love themselves. You know? They see how much love like you're receiving and how much people love you and admire you and you love your own self, and like people can't stand that. It triggers the heck out of people's lack of self-love and scarcity mindset and insecurities and all the things. But this is literal love. Love. You have the King and Knight of Cups. There is love coming in for you right now. Okay? This is a real offer. No more dirty offers. Now it's treasure time. Now it's receiving time. The universe itself showed up today in this message and was like, yep. Self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction, unconditional love. And then camera, this speaks of someone who misses you, or, you know, it also speaks of learning from the past, memories, reminiscing, keepsakes. But it's also like people who watch you. You know, take a picture, it lasts longer. It's like people who watch you. And they see this. And it triggers them. But yeah, there's definitely, for a lot of you guys here, there's someone who loves you. You're about to receive some kind of offer, some kind of message, some kind of like, someone who's opening their heart, extending something to you. Seduction. Your energy is seductive. Your energy is magnetic. This is another thing that people, haters, hate on you about, is how seductive your energy is, how attractive and magnetic and enchanting your energy is. Like, you don't even try, but you just do. Just very naturally. Attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So for some of you guys, definitely like old karmic exes, third-party interferences, like trying to sabotage union between you and masculine, or trying to like sabotage your name or your image, with just whatever, okay? But there's that third party interference because of how attractive and magnetic you are. Yeah, I know, guys, people are wild. So you have the heart with the key. So keep your heart open. You've unlocked some levels of new experiences, new beginnings in your life through healing your heart. The heart with the key is love unlocking. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. And people are going to hate on that too, you guys, right? I mean, it is what it is. But the point is that you know better. And you never let these situations or these people like stop you from loving yourself or becoming a better person. Like, you always follow the voice of your soul through all darkness, through all toxicity, through all detours. Like, you kept going back and reconnecting to your higher self and your soul. And now it's your time to receive. It's your time to be happy. It's your time to be stress-free, financially abundant, like everything, okay? I love you. Have a beautiful day. If you guys want to connect with me one-on-one, work with me one-on-one, you can find all of my services, info, everything in the description box below. Send me an email and we will get you scheduled and set up. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Happy Gemini season 2. Happy birthday, Geminis. Lots of love. Namaste.